exclusive announcement for you. Never before seen, brand new bolt-on steps from Ken's Bolt-On Hooks at boltonhooks.com.
Yeah, these really have never been seen before. This is the first set of them, and today we're going to install them for you. Stay tuned.
If you don't have a step, that's a big step for a short person.
Look how far up that is for me, and I have to pull myself up.
You essentially have to hang off the ROPS.
Yeah, you pulled yourself up.
Yeah, that's how I have to do it. As you know, anything that comes from Ken's Bolt-On Hooks comes in one of these if it fits its ships box. So let's open it up and check it out.
Pink bubble wrap too.
Pink rubber wrap. Look at those. Just two pieces of steel nicely separated.
More bubble wrap.
Ooh, maybe this is beginning to get a clue. Look at these packaging though.
Look at how heavy this is.
I'm going to open this.
It looks like the top of a castle.
It does. Ken's Bolt-On crowns. A crown for our princess.
There's a second one, so you can have one too, Dad.
The king and princess.
Keep digging. Here's a couple of bolts. How can it be a Ken's Bolt-On product
Without bolts.
without bolts? Your package will have a little more items in it. Hey, you're making it difficult for me.
It's illustrative of how good his packaging is.
Your package, when you get yours, it will have a couple more items in it. It will have the instruction sheet. This one is so new, hot off the presses, the instructions aren't even ready. Katriel, let's start out by looking at what we have here. We have two pieces that are actually identical. And they could go on either way, but of course we want our Bolt-On Hook sticker.
Actually show it.
The way these work is these two pins here, which hold up the outriggers. So we're going to take those two pins out right there. We're going to replace them with these bolts.
All right.
These two holes here are used to hold the step. So we want those holes away from the tractor on both sides. So on the other side it will be like this.
Yeah, all right.
The easiest way to do this that I have seen is to actually put this outrigger down. Okay? And we can do that without starting the tractor. If we'll hold this in the down position, it doesn't go down on its own, but we can push it down. See if you can. So we can, as long as I'm holding that in the downward position, you can just push it right on down, right? Push it down till it sets on the floor. Okay? And that means this is all going to be loose. So there's going to be some floor support, but it's going to be loose here.
All right.
Okay, the first thing we're going to have to do, Katriel, is take these pins out. So we need to take this cotter key and bend that piece right there so it's straight. We get this cotter key nice and straight, we can pull it out easily.
All right.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's just like that. There you go.
Got it.
Well, let's do the bottom one. We got the cotter keys out, so we're ready to remove these pins and replace them with the bolts.
All right.
Okay, Katriel, so what we're going to do here is we have bolt head, washer, plate, another washer, and then I'm going to pull that pin out, and you can slide that right in there. And I'm also going to hold up a little bit on this to kind of keep the end of this cylinder steady.
All
right. So you can go through all of it. There we go.
Perfect.
Now we'll not put the nut on now. Let's do the bottom end. Okay, Katriel, you're going to put a washer on now, and then you're going to put that lock nut.
Okay, and this side goes on the outside, right?
Yeah. So the way these lock nuts work, they have a little nylon ring in there. And once you get them all the way screwed on, you'll notice that it gets tight here for Katriel, right there.
Yeah.
So it's got tight, but it's actually not even drawn up tight yet. Okay, so that's just how a lock nut typically works. And that allows you not to have a lock washer. It also allows you not to have this squeezed real tight to keep it from coming loose. So when it comes time to tighten these up, we do not want to pull this too far.
Okay.
So we are going to tighten this snug, but we're not going to actually put too much of squeeze on this because we could actually break these pieces.
Oh, okay.
And down here on the bottom side, you can't see it too well with the camera, but it could also be another thing that it could make this snug and make it harder to pick up and down.
All right.
So what we've done here is we got the 1 1/8 wrench. That's the holding side, Katriel.
All right.
And an 1 16 socket. And we'll go together here. You know, I can make your job a lot easier. Look at that. Now I'm getting it just about snug there. I think that's about it. Now with that big of a bolt, I could easily bend those together. Let's do the bottom one. You ready?
Ready.
See, now that's my daughter. I show you once and the second time you know.
Well, I'm not going to intentionally do any more work.
Exactly. Okay, so we got the plate put on here, Katriel. Now we need to actually put the step on, don't we?
I think I know what I'm going to use it for.
What are you going to use it for? A scrub
Scrape
brush?
my boots off, yeah.
Well, we actually will use it to scrape our boots off. That's one of the reasons Ken designed it like this.
Oh, really?
Oftentimes when you're working with the backhoe, your feet are
Muddy.
and by the way this thing's mounted here, we'll be able to just scrape your bottom of your shoes off right on it, and it'll be able to fall right through there.
I knew I liked Ken.
Okay, Katriel, so you see, notice these are square holes?
Yep.
That's where you want to put your carriage head bolt through. So go ahead and stick that through the bolt from the other side,
From the other side?
from the inside. The reason you want the carriage head like that is so that there's plenty of clearance for this other.
Oh, okay. I thought the bolt was going to go the other way to make it look pretty, but this way
Yeah,
there's
see?
no interference with
Right,
the
you wouldn't be able
mechanical.
to see how this is when I pick that up.
Yeah. And then it just slides on like that, right?
We just did one bolt at a time here. It was kind of hard to get them both started at the same time. Okay, now we got the bottom bolt in.
And a washer. And nut.
Okay, Katriel, this is a 9/16 socket.
Okay.
Make sure you got it on tight. And, yep, that'll be good.
Okay, I think the top one could still use a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's had enough oomph on it.
Well, I didn't. I wanted to follow the Mark's rule that you put them all in before you tighten it.
That's good. Give it a little more oomph. Get that out. There you go.
Oh no!
Right on the end of the handle. Yeah.
I think if you want it to be tighter, Dad, you're gonna have to do it yourself.
I think that's enough.
It's not loose. It ain't going anywhere.
Cutter keys out.
I remember the first time I was trying to use the backhoe and I couldn't figure out how you were supposed to step up onto it. There's not really a good built-in step.
No, there's not a built-in step. Some competitive models, other brands actually have steps. Right
Built
here.
in already?
Yeah, already from the factory.
So with this step, you can have the best of both worlds. You still have John Deere, but you also have your step.
Yep. Boy, it's easy to begin to pull those together. Hey, Katriel, I think it might be easier if you try to do the bottom hole first.
Okay.
Because that way you can see the top one when it comes time.
Yeah, that makes sense. That was pretty thoughtful to put the bolts on this side. I'm still not over that. I think that was a good idea.
Okay, here we are. I can use it to get off. I just want to put it on like that. You want to try to get on there, Christy?
And then I can use it to get on.
Uh-oh.
The only problem is you never get out of the way.
Now it's going to be easy for us to dethrone you, Dad.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Christy, you've seen us install the steps now.
Yeah, and it seemed fairly straightforward and pretty easy.
Yeah, and you've actually seen us use them on a project.
Yeah, and that went great too. They were easy for you to get on and off the backhoe, especially in that cramped space that we had.
Yeah, we didn't have much space, and it really did help. Especially your feet are muddy and slick and things like that. It really helps a lot.
Yeah, it did.
Christy Ken was gracious enough to provide these for us for our demonstration and installation purposes. But I have a question for you.
Okay.
For the rest of our viewers, would the finance committee approve $120 for a pair of these?
Yeah, I think so. They're very useful, so I think it wouldn't be that bad for $120. It might also make a great gift idea. If you didn't already have them and I saw them at Ken's Bolt-On Hooks and it was coming up your birthday or anniversary or Christmas, I'd probably buy them for you.
That would be great. I would actually be very impressed if you bought those for me for a gift.
You already have them. Can you leave me a list?
So all of you viewers need to tell Christy in private some great gift ideas for Tim. Because I deserve a lot of gifts, right? I'm so special.
Now you're over the top.
Oh. Remember, you can get these at boltonhooks.com under the John Deere 1 Series page, jd1series.html. I think Ken is offering these for $120 a pair or $65 individually. If you have any questions about the installation, leave them in the comments section below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time on
Tractor Time with Tim. How about Tractor Time with Christy?
It just doesn't work that way. It's tractor time with Tim.
But I like being on the tractor too.
Yeah. How are we gonna handle that, guys? Somebody's gonna have to come up with an alliteration for us for Christy.
Yeah, or maybe I could just get my own tractor.